I'm down in Tucson. You want to go bourbon hunting with me?
Yeah. So then we're supposed to go down there. All right, let's go.
Okay. Listen, if anybody finds this footage, I'm glad you're here, man. Otherwise, I'm like the oldest person here.
How old are you?
How old do you think I am?
48. This is another local producer.
I'm more excited about that than I am an E.H. Taylor.
My family owns Michter's.
It is another hot day here in Arizona, but today I'm down in Tucson trying to do a little bourbon hunting. Never been to Tucson, first time ever. Only the second time really spending any significant time in Arizona. And so we've got some recommended stores we're gonna hit. Again, limited in space. We ended up getting 4 bottles in the last video. I've tried to limit it to 3. So we really need to limit ourselves to about 2 bottles or my check bag is gonna be way overweight and strapped for space. We'll do the best we can and hopefully we don't find too much that we wanna take home and we'll figure out how to ship it. Right now I'm in a little downtown area and our first store is Batch, which is supposedly some sort of bar, restaurant, and bottle shop all in one. Let's check it out. Oh, huge selection. Oh, it's going all right. How about yourself?
Pretty good.
So y'all have like a bottle shop on premises here as well?
Yeah, so we always have this shelf for sale, but we do have a physical bottle shop open right now.
Like next door? Or?
Yeah, you came on the right day. It hasn't been open for a while, but it is today.
Appreciate it. Huge selection in there, but apparently we went in the wrong place. Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, not too bad.
Welcome to Batch.
Tell me about Batch.
Yeah, so this is our bottle shop, and then we have the whiskey bar next door. So we've got probably around 1,100 or so bottles on the shelf over there. So you're gonna have a huge variety of different whiskey to try. And then over here is our retail. So we've got kind of a mix. So these are our private picks here.
Okay.
And then we've got our bourbon here. We've got a little bit of Irish, Japanese, some Scotch over here, some rye. And then we've got, we just had a release of Buffalo Trace Private Barrel today. So we got those bottles. I've got some Eagle Rare, got some E.H. Taylor. So yeah, this is our retail shop.
Now most stores are typically gonna work on sell as much, Sazerac Fireball as possible, get some allocated things. Obviously, that's not the case here.
No, so Batch is owned by a couple. They're both born and raised here. This is their small business, and so it's the shop isn't open too much. It's just open Saturdays for just a few hours, and this is a way for us to be able to give our customers like an easier way to buy our private picks, and then also just rotate through some things that we're able to get as well. So
basically, kind of an offshoot of the restaurant. You get a lot of picks for the restaurant and the bar.
yeah, and then we can
then you
sell
can sell
those.
those.
Yeah, so then we can
Okay.
sell some of our. We're obviously keeping some for the shelf, and then we're keeping some for, for retail. And then this way we can also, we'll get like the heart release and some stuff that people want to collect. And so I think a lot of our bottles here tend to be bottles that you kind of want to get your hands on that are a little harder to find. And those are the ones that we try to have available when we can. Yeah, of course.
Little rare character, cash strength.
Yeah, we also have the maple.
The maple barrel,
Yeah.
Probably seen more Heaven Hill grain to glass in Arizona than I have any other state. Almost every store I've been in Arizona, in Phoenix or here so far has had E.H. Taylor, which is unusual. I wonder if this is a test state, because like Eagle Rare in Georgia, that's their test state. So they put a ton of Eagle Rare.
Yeah.
They play with prices. They try to figure out how it's going to get shelf stable, and then I'm just wondering, there's so much E.H. Taylor here.
It fluctuates. So like for our E.H. Taylor, we'll have it available for a few months, and then all of a sudden it's gone. But for all of us, and then all of a sudden it's back. And so yeah, it's pretty inconsistent, I would still say, for those.
I mean, it's obviously not just flying off the shelves like it used to.
Yeah, I think we just had 2 cases today. So
Okay, so you just got them today, so those will sell out pretty quick.
yeah. So I'll go through 2 cases on a Saturday. So, yeah.
Used to be, those are things people would stand in line for,
Yeah.
and now, moderately available. Let's be honest. Making videos about whiskey, has its perks. I get to travel around the country, meet interesting folks, and try some of the best whiskey in the world. But let's face it, sometimes I go just a little bit too hard and I don't bounce back the next morning like I used to. And then I have to make a choice. I can either focus on having a great evening or a great next day. That is, until I found pre-alcohol. ZBiotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic Drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. And here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make ZBiotics your first drink of the night. Drink responsibly and you'll feel your best tomorrow. And this case was full, so you could definitely see that I've been making this part of my pregame routine. Right now, you can actually get 15% off your first order at checkout by using my link in the description or scanning the QR code we're popping up on the screen. Plus, ZBiotics offers a 100% money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Thanks to ZBiotics for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to that bourbon hunt.
Yeah.
Brewzle?
Yeah, man, what's up?
My name's Sean.
Nice to meet you, Sean.
I watch you on YouTube.
Hey,
This is
TJ Dirk.
Nice to meet you, Dirk.
This is my dad.
This is the best bottle shop in town?
Well, to be honest with you, I moved up to Phoenix.
Okay.
But from what I hear, this is like one of the better places to get stuff. He is kind of starting to get into bourbon. We came off of like Scotch and other whiskeys, and now we're drinking a lot of bourbon lately. We heard there's a pick that just came, and
The Buffalo Trace,
Yeah.
right behind you there.
yeah, that's one. And we also want to check out other picks too, see what else you got.
Yeah, I got some samples here. These are some of our private picks.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a highly sought after bottle right there. The maple stave finish 13 colony as well. Just noticed that hiding behind you there.
Man, this is crazy seeing you. So I'm actually just visiting. I'm here for Mother's Day.
Okay.
So my parents still live here in Tucson.
Nice.
But we just thought, we dropped them off at Hobby Lobby, and they're hanging out. My wife and his wife, and then we're bourbon hunting, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I'm going bourbon hunting too.
Yeah.
First stop. You want to go bourbon hunting with me?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if we have enough time, but because we got to go pick them up. But I would.
We can hunt until you got to pick them up.
Man,
When
we
I-
can't pass that up.
One of the bottles that I've been really excited about is that Smoke Eye Hill, the barrel proof.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
the blue
Yeah.
blue corn. Yeah, those
Yeah.
are super popular. Got a lot of hype. Fred Minnick put it above GTS, George T. Stagg, in
Yeah.
his rankings. It's really good. I don't know from my palate if it's above George T. Stagg.
It's not.
Still really good because I think that's MGP distilled blue corn whiskey, which is that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so you got the Buffy Trace right there. Everybody online loves it when you call it Buffy Trace.
You hear about the new Buff Turk?
Buff turkeys? Yeah, we've got a barrel of that coming. There's a lot of that in the market, and it is all fantastic.
Oh, okay.
Every bit of it I've had is worth all the hype.
There was a dark arts pick that was like a 15-year, and it had Buff Turk.
Okay.
I loved our Dark Arts pig. It was orange wine casks. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
I just love a world where like E.H. Taylor's just sitting over there on a shelf, and you grabbed a Buffalo Trace store pick. I like it. I like that world.
Yes, sir.
You know, it means the hype's starting to come down just a little. We go hit another store or two if you want to, though.
Tapping bottles like a minute away.
You show me where it's at. Let me. What's your price? I don't need it. I've got one at home, but I'm curious what your price on that 13 colony is, because that is a fairly desirable bottle where I'm from.
It's that $65.99.
Oh, that's a steal for that bottle. Lord have mercy. I'm gonna go ahead and apologize because by the time y'all see this video, those will probably be gone. But swing by here, on a Saturday. Check it out. Maybe you get lucky. Maybe they have some E.H. Taylor for you or something at least. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's nice to meet y'all. All right, so we're gonna step back over here and just get a shot of the bar real quick. Show y'all the selection. Looks like there's a few less people in here too, so that's good. All of the whiskey. Dig the purple lights. I would be surprised if there's a bigger whiskey bar in this area, that's for sure. All right, where's this store at?
I'm trying to figure out. Hold on.
Okay, so you're as lost as I am.
Okay, 6th Ave. That's that street. We have to go up north.
All right, let's do
Hop in the car?
I mean, I don't care. It took me half an hour to find parking here for this one.
Yeah, we'll walk. 0.3 miles. Maybe we could use it.
I could definitely use the exercise.
Kind of a cool spring day.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
For
All right.
Arizona.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand this is mild for y'all. This is hot as hell for me. Yeah. It's not bad. Like, it's not.
The air's soft, you know what I mean?
It's not so hot that I can't handle it. It's hot enough to where I don't really want to be out here that much, though, you know? All right, so you sure we're going to the left?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you just decided to check out Tucson while you're up in Phoenix? Or
Just try to
while here?
we try to go as many different places as we can. It's amazing how different bourbon is from city to city and state to state. And so I was in Phoenix. We could do more hunts in Phoenix. There are plenty of stores there, but I'd rather find the best ones. We get recommended from our Discord, and then jet down here and try a whole different scene just to see how it is. And already, like, that's a whole different store. I've never seen a bar/bottle shop like that. Really small, curated selection, but some really nice bottles.
That's probably one of the nicer places for Tucson. Phoenix, obviously, we got like more going on. It's a bigger city, more populated.
Well, this is actually kind of interesting. This is my first bourbon hunt, and here I got a world famous
Oh, no.
gentleman here.
I'm just going to ruin it for you. Bourbon hunting is really persistence, luck, and relationships. It's a lot of that. So, if you go to the same places over and over and over, you build relationships, or learning which stores operate the way you want them to. Well, we can debate right or wrong, but that varies for however you want it to happen. Some people love stores where you can pay a little extra and not have to spend a whole lot of time. Some folks love it when they just set them out there and they can randomly come by. Some folks love it when they put them in the back or they lottery them out. So it really is just hitting a bunch of stores. And also, it's a lot more fun when you don't have something in particular you're looking for. If you're just looking for something interesting,
Surprise, right?
I find something interesting pretty much every time I go looking.
But a lot of these events just happen.
You'll find out about them from like people who are in it. People
The network.
They'll typically promote if they're doing a drop, or you knew there was a Buffalo Trace barrel pick back there, so
Right.
swung by. You'll get connected.
Well, how did you
That
know there
helps.
was a Buffalo Trace pick there?
Someone told me.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite bourbon so far if you're just getting into it?
Well, dude, I got about 6 bottles lined up in my.
He likes Henry McKenna 10.
Okay.
He also likes
The one with the horse on the top.
the blends.
Everybody likes that one to start with.
Yeah. Old Fitzgerald.
Yeah, he really likes Old Fitzgerald.
You'll have to keep an eye out then. The new, 7-year bonded Old Fitz are coming out here in the next month. I think so. Actually, this month sometime they're supposed to start hitting.
This is kind of weird. It's almost saying to go down there. See, look, here's your-
that's 6th.
So then we're supposed to go down there. All right, let's go down
Okay.
there. Sorry.
No, it's all. You don't need to apologize.
Don't worry, we're just leading you to a back alley.
No, I'm gonna get murdered. I'm just looking at that slope and thinking what that hill's gonna be like when we have to walk back up it. Listen, if anybody finds this footage, all right, I went voluntarily. Okay, I went voluntarily. See, this guy fears no evil. That's what I like. Look at him. Look at him. He walks by faith.
All right, we're coming up on it here soon.
Is
Okay,
this it?
so this is it right here.
Here we go.
Wait, hold on, the next one.
Oh no, we can't go that far. That's too far. Pretty neat little vibe here. And a little bottle shop. They got that same Smoke on Hill, Frey Ranch, Penelope Weeded. I'm not sure this was worth the effort though.
I don't see anything. Let's talk to him. Let's talk to him.
All right, you do it. You bring out your charm. See if you ask for the pappies. Ooh, they do have some Weller.
Yeah.
Oh wow, right there, antique. Have you had a Weller antique?
Well, don't I have some at home?
Yeah.
You have an antique?
Yeah.
Okay.
We just wanted to see if you had any other bottles for sale, even store picks or anything like that, besides the selection of the.
the selection?
That's all of the liquor.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's everything.
yeah, that's everything. Yeah,
All right. Thank you.
yeah, no problem.
What you have to do
Easy downstairs.
is you have to talk like you know about the secret stash.
That's true.
Right? Hey, this isn't all the whiskey, is it? Yeah, something like that, right? Yeah.
Or
Just kind of cockeyed, look at them like, this is not all of it.
where's the
It
guy?
doesn't work.
that,
Don't do that. Don't do that.
They said try box yard.
Who said try box yard?
The same
No, someone I'm texting, I text our picture to them,
Never heard box.
and he's like, you guys need to go to Box Yard.
Okay, well, take me there. How do we get there?
Wait a minute. Let's ask about who is the source that's talking about this, because we just got
Frank.
a source that said this place would rock.
Yeah, you're right. We did get sold this one pretty hard.
It's Frank, the one that,
Frank the
Yeah,
Tank.
up.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Frank. Dude, people named Frank, they know how to drink.
They're solid.
Yeah.
They're solid.
If you're Frank, you can drink. Have you ever known a Frank that wasn't a drinker? That's the unique specimen we need to track down right there. I would like to sincerely apologize to all Franks, particularly this Frank. They're all drinkers. I'm not lying. Never met a Frank that wasn't a drinker. But we shouldn't make so light of it. Maybe they don't want the world to know.
it's coming up. 2 more minutes.
At least this is kind of back in the direction we came from.
It's that blue building,
All right.
turquoise looking building.
This is a happening place. No bad attitudes. The Hut. This is where all the whippersnappers have gone.
Wanting to get in.
Ah, great. One of those places.
Oh, God, it can't be. You think this does not look like any whiskey drop I've ever been to?
They sell a lot of stuff though.
I think this is a bar, man.
But they sell all kinds of bottles.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
This was Frank, huh?
Yeah. Well, they had an Eagle Rare store pick here about a month ago, I want to say. They do barrel picks. They got all kinds of bottles.
My God. I'm glad you're here, man. Otherwise, I'm like the oldest person here.
How old are you?
How old do you think I am? You get to guess.
Am I on camera?
Wait, of course.
Wait.
No, I hate these
48.
camera things.
It's pretty close. It's pretty
It was close.
pretty close.
44?
No, he's closer
I
than
can
you are.
notice the beard, like gray.
Oh, I'm getting old as hell. You're not gonna upset me. It's just I didn't realize we were coming down here. It's like some sort of daycare. What is this thing we're going to?
Box Yard, the best place in the entire world. You gotta get Daddy Burger. It's right there.
Okay.
You can get a burger for like $11.
It's like an assortment of like restaurants, bars. You just go in there. There's like
Get the burger.
So it's like a mini mall.
Get
it's
the,
a, yeah.
It's a mini mall. It's a mini mall for debauchery.
Food/bar mall.
It's a
That's the best way
debauchery
to
mini mall. I like it.
Well, they made them out of like box cargo containers.
Don't get
That's
that. I don't want my mom to
cool.
buy
A different vibe. Like
Okay, get the
stands out.
burger.
I'm definitely old enough.
I'd let you in on that last name alone, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
No matter what.
Most people just assume I'm lying on the last name, but you know, I didn't make it up. I was born with it. It's a birthday present.
That's a great one.
Have fun, you guys.
Yeah, you guys too. Good luck with your channel, bro.
Thank you.
Super nice to meet you.
And the Rode mic, perfect. I work at like videography for U of A, and those Rode mics last years.
Well, what I like about this one is it's got the little slot, so I can, because this is all wireless. You can just take it off and move it around, but it all fits on there nice. So I've got this one, and then it points away.
It looks like Wall-E kind of, the face.
Yeah, it stabilizes and does all this thing. Do what?
I want one of those for snowboarding, but I never go snowboarding out in Arizona because there's no fucking snow compared to Seattle.
I understand.
Always wanted to one of those.
It's nice to meet y'all.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yes, sir. All right, let's see if we can find this bottle shop. Okay, where's it at? It smells like hamburgers in here. I've also noticed there's like 15 females to every dude in this place. Like pretty much in this town, it seems like. I think that's why everybody moves to Arizona. This is it in the cage over here, I assume, to the right.
I know you.
You know me?
I watched your cocktail making videos.
Also,
You're the guy with the gas station drinks.
yes, my son will be happy. You're the first person to ever recognize me from that channel, the mixed drink channel. Yeah.
You're a whiskey guy, huh? Yeah?
Most people know me from the whiskey channel.
You know
not the mixed.
Michter's whiskey?
I love Michter's whiskey.
My family owns Michter's.
Could you give me a 20? Just get me on the media list, please, okay?
How can I do that? What do I do?
Your family owns it. You tell me how you get me on the media list.
I'll try my hardest. I'll tell my dad whatever I can do. I'll get you on there. Let me get a selfie with you.
Okay, of course. If that gets me on the Michter's list, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
My dad's gonna love this.
Michter's is one of my favorites, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, I'll try my hardest. What's your real name? TJ Jeremy. Nice to meet you. It's a pleasure.
All right, what we got?
I'm gonna see what their Russell's picked.
Okay. The red-headed stepchild. That's a pretty clever tater sticker. Is it a Camp Nelson? Tyrone, okay.
Is that Russell's over there a different pick than this, or is that the same?
Of course, we've got E.H. Taylor Small Batch everywhere we go, along with the Keepers release. Some Bourbon County stouts down there.
All the other Russells still like that. This one's been sitting for a second.
Gotcha. You guys have anything else besides what's in the cages?
We did the other day, not anymore though.
No? Okay.
The cages is it? Okay. It was worth seeing.
What do you think about this place, though, in general?
This one, so far, the oddest place I've ever bourbon hunted. Okay? Because like a bunch of tiny little stores. Also, if you're 25 years old, this looks like Disneyland. You know?
You think that guy really owns Victor?
I don't care. Maybe. He doesn't own Michter's.
Well, his family.
He might know somebody that owns Michter's. I'm willing to take that chance to be on that media list, okay?
That's one of my all-time.
I hear they send full bottles of like Michter's 10 and stuff out, and I'm a fan.
That's like one of my favorite distilleries, probably if not.
Oh, yeah. Are we near the campus or something?
Yeah.
That makes a little sense. Things are starting to click together, you know? Apparently all the females run in herds around here. I think if you've got a herd of females, it's called a murder. It's like crows, you know? Because somebody's probably going to get killed. You got to run. You can't continue.
I know.
The women are calling. What do you do?
You ignore them. You just deny. Y'all take it easy. I appreciate your time.
God bless you, brother.
And by the way, we're right where we started. Batches.
I know, right there. Yeah, my car's right around the block there. So
right.
awesome.
All right, brother.
Appreciate y'all. All right, had a good time taking that little side trip, but let's get back to randomly walking into stores. And now, Axis Liquors. Little Fortaleza right there. Double oat, Elijah Craig 18. Of course, a lot of Midwinter Night Drams out these days. And Fortaleza right there is the one. I don't know what those go for though. I did like the Blanco. I've never had the Añejo. All right, so not a huge selection here.
I'll open it up for you.
What's the price on the Fortaleza Añejo?
$250. Well, we got some
can see-
other stuff back here too, like the Woodford Reserve Baccarat.
Okay.
We got the 30-year-old Crown Royal.
Yeah. Definitely got some nice things in there.
It's a little packed right now. Sorry.
No, it's all good, man. Of course, I've seen a lot of E.H. Taylor here. Crazy how much E.H. Taylor's in this town, or really here in Phoenix.
These are all signed by Kendall Jenner. She came to the store.
I appreciate it. Thank you for your time. All right, so if we cut that weird and you saw some weird angles where the camera was really close and pointed at me, he was just camera shy. The clerk didn't want to be on camera, and we respect that. So all good. It's a lot of small selections. Like, I don't know if everything in Tucson's going to be like that, but really, really small stores with really small kind of curated selection, sub-curated better than others. But let's keep going. Let's see if we can find a big store somewhere. And now, Plaza Liquor. All right, what are the odds they have E.H. Taylor? What are the odds? Pretty high. But this will be the one store that doesn't have it. Hey, how's it going?
Well, how about you?
Oh, just doing a little bourbon hunting. We got a YouTube channel where we just bourbon hunt, and this store came highly recommended.
Right on. Welcome.
Where's is there a particular, I see the case.
Yeah, that's going to be any of the fancier, more allocated stuff.
I understand.
Yep.
Do y'all get a lot of allocated stuff here?
No, we don't.
Not really. Just the state in general, the size store, or just the type of clientele? Any particular reason?
You know, those are great questions. Unfortunately, I don't have the answers. Not necessarily the state in general. Used to be Total Wine would get the preponderance of it. Lately, it seems like Fry's has been getting a lot. You know, I suspect it's kind of pay to play. I guess that makes sense if they're talking about, you know, sales volume of in-brand type of stuff. Sazerac, we don't, surprisingly, we don't do a ton of Fireball sales. I've heard some distribution reps say that, you know, that's one of the primary criteria, that more Fireball and like, brand that you sell, the more they put you down for more allocated stuff. I really don't know. I don't know. It could be management on our end, just dropping the ball and not paying attention. So,
are you into bourbon yourself?
I'm more of a Scotch and Irish kind of guy. I've been here over a decade, so I've been following the story. You know what I mean? I know the things, all the BTAC stuff that everybody's always looking for, and we see some of it here and there. And again, I don't know exactly the reason, but it seems like we're seeing even less than we were a decade ago.
So outside of allocated stuff, though, any hidden gems, any local stuff, anything you think folks are enjoying these days that are maybe a little more accessible?
You know what I have been personally recommending to people who are... We actually do have some E.H. Taylor right now, but there's something you're probably familiar with.
Oh, the Bowmans. Yeah, that's definitely good stuff.
My understanding is that this... it's produced by Buffalo Trace, right?
Well, it's technically... I think it's distilled at Buffalo Trace as low wine and then repot distilled at their Virginia distillery at Bowman.
Okay. All right.
So it's Sazerac owned. It is, starts as Buffalo Trace distilled, but with a slightly different flavor because of that pot still distillation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But really similar flavor profile.
That's one that I've been, recommending to people who
I think
know
people,
that they want that.
They sleep on that one for sure. A lot of places, yeah.
These guys have been kind of...
Backbone's got some good stuff.
Been doing pretty well for us recently.
I think that's really... I think it's MGP they're doing stuff with and blending.
Totally.
But they do a really good job. Like they've got a good product for sure.
I'm kind of curious about this. That's another NDP.
I've tried some of that, but it's been a while and I don't remember. Top tier bottle.
Yeah.
Like bottle shape, fancy cork.
Sure is. I like oaky.
Yeah.
So, knob has always been when I do want some bourbon.
Yeah,
it's always been a standby for me. These are of course bourbon recipe, but not actual bourbon. They're from the West Coast.
Right, Redwood Empire.
Yeah. I think it's pretty tasty juice though. They seem very, very. Bourbon in general is smooth. But these are, like butter, if you ask me. So. Yeah,
I tend to lean more toward their higher proof stuff, but for sure, good bottles.
Yeah, I had their single malt recently, and thought that was good too. As far as domestic whiskeys go, well, so this is a local, and we were one of the first stores carrying them. I'm not sure if you're familiar yet, but
I am. They're all small, but single malt though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not I'm starting to tiptoe into single malts, but haven't got into them far enough to be buying every one I see.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. We don't have any right now, but Loophole Brothers is probably one of my favorite producers domestically. Bourbon, rye, they have a series of ryes.
I think I have a bottle from them, but it's been a while. I have to go back to it.
Yeah, man, interesting. They're one of my faves. This is another local producer here. Flying Leap, they actually started as a winery.
Is this their distillate?
That's yep. That's a bourbon, and then this is a fancy
Blue Corn, 4-year-old. I just bought a Blue Corn from somebody, distilled and bottled. Dude, I'll have to take that. That's awesome. Right. Cool, that's the kind of stuff we're looking like. Allocations are great, but honestly, we travel all around the country. I'm more excited about that than I am an E.H. Taylor.
Yeah, right on, man. Well, let us know your thoughts.
This Grand Canyon, I assume that's some sourced.
Yes,
thing.
It is. It is. They're faking it.
Well, I'm not. Okay, you're going to get me in trouble with that. When we talk about non-distilling producers a lot, it's just a matter of if you're a non-distilling producer, I don't know what's in there, right? And until I trust the brand, and really the only way I learn to trust the brand is somebody tries it and tells me it's good, right?
Yeah.
Where I'll, in a liquor store, it's easy to say, okay, you distilled it, it's probably different than anything I've had.
Yeah.
Now, it may be good, it may be bad. That doesn't mean it's, just because you distilled it does not mean it's good.
Right.
And just because you didn't distill it doesn't mean it's bad. But,
right.
I'll buy the distilled and wait for somebody to tell me about the stuff that somebody sourced.
Yeah. The only thing that gets me about that is when people are playing for a certain kind of people buy that all the time because they're like, oh, this is local.
Fair.
They're obviously not violating any rules. It says produced and bottled,
Yeah.
you know.
And
So
you have very local marketing.
It's
but
not like they're
local
lying to
whiskey.
people, but the
Yeah.
general consumer doesn't know, you know,
Yep.
how to decipher the terminology.
You come to the Grand Canyon, you buy something made in Indiana.
Exactly.
And it's like, okay, I understand that. That might be a little deceptive.
I mean, when it's in the name on the picture, that's a bit much. You know what I mean?
Artisanal mezcals. I know nothing about these. Of course, another Springbank. Some sort of Ardbeg. Another Dark Arts there. 200 on a Stag Junior. An 11-year Willet Purple Top and a 7-year rye. Another Little Book Infinite. Thank you, appreciate it. That's the second blue corn we've bought from a small distillery in Arizona. We'll definitely try them, we'll definitely compare them. Apparently, blue corn's a whole thing here with the small distilleries in this state. Bigger selection there, not a huge selection. They did have E.H. Taylor, as does everybody in this state. This is the first time I think I've gone to every store and it's had E.H. Taylor. We've been to a few places where it just happened to drop, and it was around everywhere for a little while, for like an hour or two. First time I think every single store has had it. Had a good hunt here. Didn't get to all the stores we wanted to go to. Met some folks there in that first one, and we went on a side quest. And honestly, that's a lot more fun than just going into the stores and doing things as they're planned. So enjoyed it here in Tucson. A lot of small stores, even kind of looking online at all the stores we were planning on going to. Not too many of them really big with really big selections. Never been here. Might have to come back. Like, this was really fun. So I appreciate y'all watching all the way to the end. Hit me with a bottle kill down in the comments. Maybe subscribe if you like these. We're pushing 1 million subscribers. I mean, 700 and something thousand subs. Little push here. We'll be at 1 million in no time. See you in the next one.